you can do it. Go for it.
It does look like you're just giving yourself a pep talk.
Come and say hello. Come on. No? Oh, you're going to wander off, or are you coming out? No, he's going to roll over instead. It's really stupid. Right. Okay.
So it was pretty clear that you guys got pretty angry about the whole tea-coffee debate after the last video. So today, it's all about chutney. Apparently, James May thinks that people who make their own chutneys and pickles are complete tossers, and that Branston's is the only acceptable option. So, as a James May certified complete tosser, I think I need to have a bit of a chat with him about this.
Hello, Rachel.
Hey, James.
I don't think I said tosser, and I wouldn't call you a tosser, but...
Thanks.
Okay, my point is that Branston pickle is excellent and is therefore the only pickle that you should have. And it causes embarrassment because you go to somebody's house and they give you the sort of thing that Lucy Brown would have in their house every day, you know, a cheese platter and maybe some bit of crusty bread and some lettuce, basically a sort of ploughman's lunch. And then they say, would you like some pickle with that? And I always say, oh, yes, please, I'd love a blob of Branston. And then they say, oh, well, why don't you try my homemade ragwort and dog's egg chutney? And you can't say no, because that's rude. You can't say, no, I don't want that because it's going to be awful. I'd like some Branston, please. So you have to have the ragwort and dog's egg chutney, and it basically spoils everything because it's not very good. Nobody can make a pickle or a chutney that's as good as Branston pickle, so why bother? It's like trying to build your own television. You're not going to be able to do it.
I mean, I feel like Branston's is... I mean, I love a cheese and pickle sandwich, and it makes sense in that environment. But then I feel like it's just too much for a proper kind of cheese platter or in any other situation where a lovely chutney or pickle could work.
But can you make a lovely chutney or pickle?
I'd say I make a pretty good chutney or pickle.
You see, pretty good, but not excellent. Branston is excellent. This is my point.
I mean, I think I'm just being modest, to be honest.
What do you make your pickle stroke chutney with?
I mean, all sorts. A lime pickle to go with your curry.
Oh, yeah, lime pickle.
A mango chutney to go with your curry. A tomato and chilli one for cheese. Like, the options are endless.
Yeah, lime pickle, I would agree with you. Lime pickle is fantastic, but that's like the Branston of India. Because they eat lots of it. They eat it with everything, and so they should, because it's lovely. I'm talking about those homemade chutneys that people make from things in the garden, you know, like corn dollies and old bottles from Victorian rubbish dumps or whatever. You know, it's just, you know, the more obscure and the more ludicrous, the better it's supposed to be. But they just taste like... They taste off.
No, and they're so much better for the world as well. They help to reduce...
In what way?
They help to reduce food waste. If you've got a load of like veggies and fruit in the fridge, like then you make a chutney.
Yes, but you're not ending food waste by making food out of rubbish. The problem with food waste is perfectly good food going to waste. It's not waste going to waste.
And instead of wasting it, you're then turning it into a beautiful, delicious chutney that you can give to all your friends and family for Christmas.
You can't waste rubbish.
But it's not.
That's like saying you've wasted urine. It's already waste.
But you get it before it goes in the bin, obviously. I'm not saying...
Yeah, but all you're doing is delaying the point where it goes in the bin, because you'll put that jar in the bin and think, I'll have some Branston. What do you put in a pickle?
What do you put in a pickle?
Yeah, so you haven't got any Branston. Branston's been... the Branston factory's blown up. Mm-hmm. So you can't get Branston, so you're going to make your own pickle now, not a lime pickle and not a mango chutney and not an established thing. You're just going to make a pickle out of stuff that you've got in the fridge or in the garden. So what's in it and what do you do?
Veggies or fruit or whatever you're making it out of, your corn dollies, whatever they are, I literally have no idea. And then basically cook them for a very long time with vinegar, salt, sugar, and then leave it for a very long time until it turns into a wonderful, delicious thing that you can give to everyone.
Isn't that compost, what you've just described?
Tasty compost? I don't know, do you eat compost?
I've never tried it, no. I've got to be honest. Now be really honest with me and yourself. Mm-hmm. Have you ever made one that's as nice as Branston? No, you hesitated.
No, just different.
There you go, you see, so just have Branston.
I've never made the flavour of Branston, but other ones that I have made, I would say I've enjoyed more than Branston.
Really?
I did a really good pineapple chutney the other day, which was really good with my curry.
What's in pineapple chutney? Pineapples.
Pineapples, sugar, a lot of spices, and yeah, some salt. Shove it in pot, leave it for a while. Done. I'll send you a jar for Christmas because that's what you can do with chutney.
I was just thinking, God, she's going to send me some if I'm not careful.
Here we go. I'll just post it into James May's mail time and
Oh, that's okay, because then I can give it away.
the pile.
Okay, I will try. I don't think I want pineapple chutney because I will just then think that's not as good as mango chutney.
Okay, what chutney could I make you other than Branston's?
Branston.
That you might try.
Okay. What do I... See, I've never made a chutney because I've never made my own underpants either because it's pointless. But I suppose, okay, what would I like in a pickle rather than a chutney? Because it's a slightly different thing, isn't it? So a pickle, I would like to have in it some onions.
Okay.
Some nuts of some sort.
Okay.
Maybe quite a sort of dry, earthy nut, like a Brazil nut, maybe, or a what those little brown ones called. That's a nut. That's all nuts. I know.
Little brown nut. Okay.
Oh, we've got hazelnuts. That's hazelnuts, and then I think it should also have some dried fruit in it, or maybe sultanas. I know sultanas must work in a pickle, and then whatever you do to it, vinegar, heat. Sake. Put some sake in it. That might... I don't know what... Yeah, that ought to work.
I feel like this is a really weird, like, ready, steady, cook type challenge, which I am genuinely going to take on. I feel like I have to prove this point to you.
Feel free to interpret that, because I don't know anything about making chutneys. I'm just guessing. Mm-hmm. But I mean, also feel free to put in your various spices and herbs and leaves and coffee and tomato ketchup and all those other things you like.
Right. I'm going to do it. It's starting to sound a little bit like the Clarkson smoothie right now, but I'll make it edible.
Yes, and are you going to let it mature? How long does it take for a good pickle to pickle?
It depends. Like, once you've cooked it, then you can just eat it straight away, but also they do last for quite a while as well and do get better kind of over a few weeks.
Okay, well, if you do that, and I will be completely honest about this, if I think it's as good as or better than Branston with a piece of mousetrap cheddar cheese, I will give you £100.
Okay, you're on. There we go. I feel like this has now turned into something bigger than an argument, but I'm literally going to have to make some chutney now.
You are going to have to make some chutney, but I can go and spend £100 quite safely, knowing that I'm not going to have to give it away to anybody.
Have you ever made your own chutney or pickle? Could you make one that's better than Branston's? Let us know in the comments below.
Madness. Like, comment, subscribe.